This video is intended for mature audiences. I do not condone the use of drugs, legal or illegal. You're responsible for your own decisions. This video is for entertainment purposes only.
Hey guys, it's Activity here, and today I'm going to be talking about my biggest regret. So, I am usually the type of person who doesn't regret anything because, you know, it's an experience that at least I learned something from it. But this was one of those experiences that, and there are a few actually, that now that I think about it, that I completely just should have known, and it was just stupid to begin with, and to end with it, and all around terrifying nightmare that traumatized me for the rest of my life. And that by far the biggest thing that has given me post-traumatic stress disorder is Benadryl. Oh my god, Benadryl. Oh, Benadryl. Fucking terrible, okay? I refuse to even take one Benadryl to go to sleep, or one Benadryl for allergies, because of this experience. It was fucking a nightmare. So, this is the story of the time I accidentally overdosed on Benadryl. And I've done this twice, actually, but this is the first time it happened. So, how did I accidentally overdose on Benadryl? Well, back when I was in high school, I was a freshman in high school, I would take Benadryl to go to sleep because I lived an hour away from my school, and so I had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day to go to school. And the reason I lived an hour away from my school is because we moved, and it was where I grew up, and all blah blah blah, and I wanted to keep going to school there. And so I worked something out, and I was able to keep going to school there. But you know, the bad part was I had to wake up at 4 in the morning every day. So in order to be able to go to sleep early enough to wake up at that time, I had to take a Benadryl at about 7 o'clock, and I would wake up at about 8. And so it started, and I had these little 50 milligram gel caps, and these are the normal dose of 2 regular dose Benadryls. These are like extra strength Benadryls, I guess you could say. 50 milligrams is 2 of what you would normally find at a store. 25 milligrams is the normal one. And so I was normally taking 1 or 2 of these, but it got to the point where it wasn't working anymore after a few weeks of taking it. So I started taking 3. And I would up my dose 1 pill every week. And by the end of the month, I was taking 5 pills a night. 5 50 milligram pills. This is 10 normal pills. And so then one night I still couldn't go to sleep, and so I decided to take 7 the next day. I took 7 of these, which is 14 of the normal Benadryl pills. And this is where things hit the fan. So if it started out normal, I was just feeling kind of tired, after like an hour of taking it, I felt just really tired. So I went to go to sleep, and I couldn't sleep because my heart started pounding, like bum 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 bum, like I was gonna have a heart attack. It was pounding so fucking fast, okay? I felt so anxious. I had butterflies in my stomach from hell, okay? I felt so fucking, I was having a panic attack. The anxiety just completely overwhelmed my entire body. Gravity got so heavy, I felt like I weighed like 600 pounds. I could not move from my bed. I was trying so hard to get up, but I could not get up. I was like, I need to go like run so that I can get rid of some of this anxiety. But I could not move because of how heavy gravity was, and I felt so tired. My entire body felt like dead almost, like it didn't want to do anything I told it to do. Like, I was trying to move my arm, it was like, nah dude, nah dude. So then I got up, and I completely fell to the floor. I finally managed to be able to get up out of the bed, and I just boom fell right to the floor. I could not get off the floor. I was like, oh, I just couldn't move from that spot. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'll close my eyes. I'll go to sleep on the floor. Whatever, it's fine. I closed my eyes, and I started seeing, like, horror movie shit when I closed my eyes. And this just kind of really freaked me out because I was not expecting any of this. Like, if I see, like, horror movie shit when I'm tripping on LSD, it's not a big deal. Because, you know, it's because of the acid, and it's just like, well, it's fine. But this was just one of those things where it was like, why? I just didn't expect any of this to happen at all, so it was completely freaking me out. I thought I was going to die. I thought I had killed myself. So, I started seeing, like, you know, the little girl from The Grudge and shit, and from The Ring, and shit like that, and like The Exorcist and all that. I always see that shit on hallucinogens, but God, man, I felt so delirious. Like, if you can think about, like, being drunk, think about, like, when you get so drunk to where you're about to puke. That's how I felt, but I couldn't puke. I was so nauseous, so delirious, fucking, it was horrible. And so I was just on my floor, kind of hallucinating, heavy, felt like I was going into it in a panic attack, and I couldn't move because of the gravity being so heavy. So I waited this out for a good 3 or 4 hours, and it was still going on, and at this point it was even worse. I was beginning to have audio hallucinations. Like, I would be on the floor and I would hear the door open and I'd hear my dad talking to me, and then I respond to him and we'd have a little conversation, and I don't even know why I thought I was conversating. I don't know why I didn't think to say, like, hey, help me up. But all I know is my dad came in and he was like, hey, do you your school's about to start, blah blah blah, or whatever, you're late. And I was like, oh shit, I'm late. I was like, just give me a minute, you know. Instead of saying to him, hey, I overdosed on Benadryl, help me. But then I looked up and he was not there, and the door was shut, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? And it wasn't anywhere near time for school to start. So I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck just fucking happened? I just couldn't understand, like, what the fuck happened. And so then I finally managed to get up, and I was gonna go get a cup of water because the Benadryl had made my mouth so dry. I felt so dehydrated. I was like, maybe if I get a cup of water, I'll feel a little bit better. So I tried so fucking hard, just like a man on, like, a planet 3 times bigger than Earth, where the gravity fucking put Crescent Milk. Just trying to get to the kitchen. I made it to the kitchen, drank the glass of water, and as soon as I drank the glass of water, I fell again. Boom! Hit the floor. And this was when I was just, like, not fighting it anymore. I was like, there's no point in fighting this. It's kicking my ass. And I puked all over the kitchen floor. Just everywhere. Like, I puked all over myself. Like, at first I was looking up at the ceiling, not realizing I was actually just right about to puke, and it just went woof, just came right out and hit me right back in the face, and I was like, oh, and I turned over and just kept puking everywhere, and I was like, and then finally I fell asleep, thankfully. Like, after about an hour of doing that, I still couldn't move. Like, I couldn't move to clean it up or anything, and I woke up like about 4 hours later, and I was like, still feeling like really weird and shit, and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And I cleaned up the puke, and I walked to my bedroom, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? I went back to sleep, and I had some fucking crazy ass dreams now. Like, when I say vivid dreams, like, I mean real life vivid dreams. Like, I went through my whole day in my dream. I went throughout my whole day at school and came home, you know, took my backpack off, and then sat on the bed, and then boom, I woke up. And you would not believe what time it was. It was the next day. Like, I'm not saying like it was the next day as in when I went to sleep the previous night, I woke up in the morning. I'm talking about I woke up at like 3 a.m. the next day, and I thought, did time go backwards, or did I have a dream, or what just happened? I look at the calendar, it was the next day. And my dad, I went and woke my dad, and I was like, what just happened? He was like, I tried to wake you up, dude, but you wouldn't wake up. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? That was crazy. And yeah, when I woke up, I still had the bad dry mouth, and I felt depressed and shit, and I felt really terrible. But it eventually, you know, like the next day I felt okay. But yeah, that was one of the worst experiences of my life. If I could go back, I wouldn't do that again. I mean, I wouldn't even... Oh my god, Benadryl. I will not take a Benadryl to this day. The second time I overdosed on Benadryl was actually on purpose to try to get high. Because I was like, well, maybe I just took too much. And, you know, I had like... I took like 4 of those gel caps. And I had a just, you know, terrible night. Wasn't near as bad as that one though. Oh my god, Benadryl is so fucking terrible. It's fucking horrible. And that's what I don't understand when people say take a antihistamine with opiates. Oh no no no, no baby no, do not do that. Don't take fucking drowsy antihistamines in general. If I won't do it. I'll take like Claritin or Zyrtec, but I will not take Benadryl. I won't take doxylamine. I won't take promethazine. I won't take none of that shit. Okay, Jesus Christ, that's I still feel traumatized by that. Just thinking about it makes me want to throw up just because of how bad the nausea was. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little Benadryl trip report. If you guys did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I dragged this video out way too long. Bye guys. Bye.